Hi everyone, so today I am going to show you how to make one of these. I made this one yesterday and I've had lots of questions about it. Now, I had been inspired to make mine through watching Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. I have done similar to this before. When I said I was inspired by her, it just made me think of, oh, I've done similar, I'm going to do another one. She's probably not the only person that's ever done anything like this. I do think she has got a video, but it was from quite a while ago, because what she's doing is she's going through her her journal unit and showing all her journals, and she'd pulled that one out and I mean, mine is completely different to hers, but it made me want to do a kind of envelope flip thing and it was just this part that I wanted to do. So anyway, she inspired me to make the one I made yesterday, and then today I have done a start to finish on this, which you will see directly after I shut up. So I have videoed everything that I've done, and I've made another one. So I mean, I done this little bit different as in the size, I think. Yeah, that one is, like you can see, that one's a little bit smaller. It was because of the papers I used yesterday were portrait, the ones I used today were landscape, but you'll see all that throughout the video. I've used another one of these butterflies. I've mentioned that in the video about this as well, so I'm not going to show you inside because you're going to see how I make it, and then I do a quick flip at the end. But it will be for sale, and the link will be in the description box below. So if you want to carry on watching, grab a cup of coffee or something like that, or a nice cold drink, and sit. And I don't even know how long this video is going to be because I'm going to speed things up and things like that. So yeah, you can watch me make this start to finish. So bye for now. Hi everyone. So today I'm going to do a process video on how to make something like this. I'm not doing the exact same one. So this was what I showed yesterday. I'm just going to show you really quickly, but you can go back and see. So it's an envelope flipped covered journal. Okay, the journal is blank, but it's got lots of things just paper clipped in, and we've got pockets and things like that. So this is really quick and easy. So like I said, I'm going to show you how to make one, or show you how I do it. And yeah, so I will probably speed things up and add a little bit of music, talk when I need to, just basically get on with it. But to start with, you will need 3 envelopes. Okay, with my envelopes here today, I didn't with the other one, but I'm going to have to trim them down a little bit because the papers that I'm using are portrait, no, they're landscape. Okay, and my envelopes are just a little bit too big to you know, like I don't want a border like that, so I will probably measure that just to give, like, say about that much. So I don't know, say about there, and I'll trim that off. All right, because yeah, the papers that I used for this one was from TaylorMade journals, and they were all like the ledger ones, and they were in the portrait style, so that's how and I had to chop bits off at the bottom. But I'm obviously using this, which is from ARTYmaze, and it is the collage taster kit in the blue. I will be using other kits throughout, but this is how I'm going to start. So initially I'm going to start by putting this together and then putting on this, back in it, that's the word. Okay. Okay, so I've trimmed off all my bits. Now, as you can see here, I have got blue on the inside of the envelope, and I don't want to see that. You could paint it. I've done that with the last one, but for time's sake, rather than sitting waiting for it to dry, I'd used a like a stone coloured paint. Which way would it? Not that way. Okay, just trying to find the right length. So I'm just going to make 2 of these simples, really simples. I'm using my finger because I keep it's right in front of me, but I keep losing it. The bond folder. Right, so I'm just going to do 2 of them. We'll do the other one about that. And that will just get glued inside there, and I'll butt it up to, well, if I got that pretty straight, something stuck on my scissors, probably glue of some sort, and I will kind of butt that up. I might actually take it over onto there because I am going to cover that anyway, and then that will support the spine just a little bit, because that's going to be a fold. Actually, it's not going to be the spine, it's going to be the flap. Okay, so I will do that. Okay, so that's dry. I've just folded it over so that I can obviously see the crease down here when I'm adding onto this side and this side with the papers that you've seen me like measure up. Now, obviously, if you are not trimming your envelopes down, you won't need to either glue or sew. Okay, like I'm going to sew around the edges, and whether I had to trim the envelope down or not, I would have still sewn around the edges because I like that look, but you don't have to. But at this time, if you didn't want if you don't sew, or you don't use a sewing machine, or you just don't want to use a sewing machine, just glue just along here like so, there and there, because we've covered the inside of that. And if you do forget, then you can just go in and paint and just put something underneath. Like when I painted, I put the lids underneath like that so that it wouldn't stick down. Right, so that's what I'd done the last time. Okay, so I've got all my bits, and what I'll do is I'll go and glue them all on there, because you don't want to watch that. And I'll be back when I've glued all that on. Before I glue it all on, there is 2 ways of doing this. Now, yesterday's one, or the one I showed yesterday, or the video before this one, in case you're watching this a year down the line, I had the flap going that way. What I might do this time actually is have the flap going that way. I might do that instead. Okay, so that one was that way. I'm going to do that way, hopefully. I might not be able to do that actually, but it depends on how I cut these. Where are they? There it is. Let's see. Did I cut all that the right way? Let's just see. And then that would be that way, because I don't want to start doing it and then that way. That is just that flap. Perfect. I'm going to do it that way with the flap coming this way, and the journal would be, journal could still go in there possibly, or it can go in there. We'll see. We'll do it a different way. Okay, so I have glued on all my pieces. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to ink up around all the edges, because I should have done that first really, but I wasn't paying attention. So ink up first if you want to. I'm going to ink up and stitch around, okay, so that I've got, and I'm going to use a black cotton, because that's what I've got in my sewing machine already. So yeah, I'll do that and then I will be back. Right, so I have glued on all the pockets. Excuse me, I've literally just taken a big swig of Coca-Cola. I don't drink it that much, but I got it with a meal deal and I thought, okay, I'll drink it. It just gave me a big burp. Anyway, I put on my pockets. So we got a pocket there and there. That is our flap, which I'm going to decorate, and I'm going to do one of them big butterflies again. I'm in love with that butterfly at the moment. Got a side tuck here, pocket there, side tuck, side tuck. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you next is the papers that I've got for the signature. Okay. So I've got 2 bits of coffee dyed paper. I coffee dyed that with a brush last night. I'm trying to keep up my stock of coffee dyed papers, so every night when I leave the shed I do like 10-15 pages and just leave them, and they dry in the shed. I just put them over my radiator, even though the radiator isn't on. I normally put some other paper underneath, put it on and just leave it there, and it's because of the heat at the moment, it's drying really quickly. And I've also got avocado dyed paper as well, but I'm not using it in this. So I've got 2 sheets of coffee dyed paper. I've got that. I've got this from TaylorMade Journals, which I've coffee dyed the backs. I always coffee dye the backs and then trim it. That's just how I work. This is from Bohemian Crafting. It's one of her receipt document letters, I think it is. This is from TaylorMade Journals. This is also from TaylorMade Journals. No, that is from the Old Design Shop. That is the Old Design Shop. That is the Old Design Shop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim that up, and then I'll come back and show you how I work out the size of the signature for any type of journal that I'm making. Okay, so I've cut all these up, and I'm going to show you how I work out how to do my signature. Okay, I couldn't find that then, it was right in front of me. I was having a moment. Right, so I think I've got to stop drinking that Coke. I never drink it, and it's actually really nice, and I know it's not good for you, not good for anyone, but it's nice as a treat now and again. Right, I think I'm going to put the signature in there, okay? But taking the flap to one side at the moment, because you don't really need that in focus. So this is like the biggest piece of paper I have, as in that way, I think, yeah. So actually I need to fold this in half. This will be my guide, okay? It's not going to waste at all. So that would go in there like so. Where's my pencil? There it is. So I'd want my signature to be, obviously I don't want it too long. I don't want it poking out the tops or the bottom, right? So that would be there like so, and then I'm just guessing about here. I'm taking that in. I don't know what that is. Let me find a ruler. Now you can see where, like right here, there, I'll point to there is the end of the thingy. So it is just, it's what, 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so that's my 2 marks. So what I do then is I bring my trimmer in and I cut. I always do the bottom first. Cut, where's my thing? There it is. So I trim that, and then I will trim that. That's just slightly over 4 inches. And I keep them because I'm going to do a big ruffle with them, big paper ruffles. So I'm collecting them at the moment. Right, so back. Oh, I just thought, did I hit record? Right, so now that is exactly the same size, give or take like a millimeter or something. So I don't want a flip on this one, so I'm just gonna line that up that way. Can't see it the other way. And then you can just tear that off like so. I keep that as well. then I just kind of measure everything from that. So I'm folding that in half, and as you can see there's a little white piece there, so I'm just going to tear on that. Okay, and I'll fold that in half. As you can see, I tore that slightly, and I'll just put that in there. Everybody's got their own way of doing stuff, and this is my way. If you want to measure stuff, then fill your boots. I just find it easier just winging it. Right, so one of these I'm going to use, oh, I need to move. I need to get my binder awl. So this is a binder awl. If anyone, I mean, most people know what it is. It's for you doing the spiral bound journals. There's the other one, a cinch as well, but I got this one. So as you can see, that's the holes that it punches. So I'm just putting that in like any old way and punching the holes. There's a little like lock slidey thing here, so I can put that in and then it will go into one of the holes. She says it's not doing it now. Right, there we go, and it holds it in place and lines it up for me so that I get even holes there. And then I'll just do it again there. So that's me got one of them. As you can see, it's just taking out the bottom there, but I'm not fussed about that whatsoever. So I'm just going to put that out of the way. So yeah, this is this video. I'm going to do this no like 1 and 2 parts. This is going to be one big video. Start to finish. Right, so we have that. I kind of like having a plain piece in the center, and then we'll have that, and I'll just kind of, how we do that, maybe I'll put that blue one in there, so that I previously told you where all these came from. So I'll just do a little fold back on there like so, and because obviously we've got blue in the actual cover. And then we've got, where is it? We've got one of these. And the paper that I printed on was Navigator paper, and it's 100 GSM, I think it is. It's a really nice paper. It takes the coffee, because I print, then I brush on coffee water, and it doesn't bleed, and I've got an inkjet. I have got a laser, but I haven't fixed it from about 3 years ago. It's sitting in my house. Right, so we do another one of them, and I just eyeball it all, because I like all the different, I mean, if you like your pages all the same size, then just do that. You know, it's each person has their own preference, and that's my preference. Right, so I wanted to show you this in a little bit more detail. Right, we have, like, what's bigger, that or that? It's both the same size, so right, we'll just do that. This is one from Bohemian Crafting. Out of all that, this is my favourite page. I think there's like 24 pages in that kit of different ephemera. I always go to this one. It's just my favourite. Right, so there's that. I'm going to line that up to be the same size, but I am going to put it behind it. So that's handy because there's a line there. And I didn't actually do that well, but there you go. It's a junk journal, or it's a journal. It's not perfect. I'm not a factory machine. Nothing is perfect when you're hand making stuff. Well, it just depends on what it is, I guess. Right, so there's that. So I'm going to put that behind, but up the top, and put that down the bottom. And then we're going to have this, like so. And then that. And then that's us got our signature, which will be sewn in there, like so. And that, yeah, like that. Right, I'm going to sew that in. I've done videos before of sewing in the signature. It's, oh, maybe I should just I might just do a separate video of that one day, not now, but you can see I'm running short of my linen thread. It's wax linen thread. I'm going to use the brown, and I've also got some beeswax, which I always go over it with. I don't know, I think it's just easier. It's easier for me. Yeah, I have on the other videos that I've done showing you how to sew a signature in, but I think I might just do a complete separate one for those that ask, and then it's just there to show you. So I just go over that again with my linen thread and find my needle wherever it is. The needles, you can see I've got paint and everything on them. And what I do, I'll just set that in there. I find, like, I centre it up. Find the centre, then I go out like an inch and a half or 2 inches, pierce holes and put it through. But I'm not going to do it on camera because it is quite fiddly, and I'll be back when I've done that. So that's the signature sewn in. And I've left my strings like that. When I'm doing a journal, I don't always tie it in a bowl or whatever straight away. I normally put them down that way, so I know I've got my signature and journal up the right way, because there's many a time where I've sewn it in upside down, or I've put it in that's been accidentally up that way, and I've just, in my brain, I've thought that's the bottom and I've put things in the wrong way. So I try and do that so that, you know, that's just for myself because I'm an idiot at times. Right, so I am going to now go and fish out some stuff to decorate these pockets. It will be simple, it will be pretty flat, because, you know, you can't really have a lot of bulk in something like this. Okay, so it's, you know, it's going to be butterflies. It might not be, but it might be butterflies. So I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to go and fish that out. And I will obviously video making like the little, I might make a couple of little clusters or something. And yeah, so see you in a minute. So I have popped on all my little quick embellishments onto the journal, and this one here I probably said in it, because obviously I'm doing this in stages, I've glued that right down so that it doesn't keep catching on this here like that. So I'm about to make my little topper for the cover. I'm using this die, still got bits in it I need to get out. I got that on Temu. I've been asked loads about that. Temu, it was about £1.75. I don't know what that is in US dollars or whatever, but yeah, cheap as chips. And if you haven't used Temu already, for me in the UK, I'm 5-6 days and it's on my door from ordering, so it's really quick. And yeah, I love this. They have got other designs of butterflies as well, but I like this one particularly. So yeah, I'm just going to pull all that out. What I'm going to do is, this is all out my scrap box, this, and I'm going to back that onto some what do you call it, cardstock, which I have here. No, that's not cardstock, but a bit of cardstock, and let it dry, and then I'm going to run that through my big shop so that it's nice and thick. I thought that was just like nice colours, and it kind of goes in well with, so I know there's blue in here, but there is like little bits of green as well. Well, there is there. And I just thought that would actually be quite a nice colour butterfly on there. So I'm going to go and do that, and then I will knock this up really quickly, and all that stuff's already just like that, and I just picked out things to layer onto here like so, but I'll do that all on camera. So that's the topper done, and I've put on some bling obviously there. I've left that like that for now because I still don't know what I'm doing there. And I have got, I'm just going to show you this because I'm going to do obviously cut all this off out off camera. Pardon me, I'm still drinking that Coke. I've got these. They are from the Old Design Shop. I've got these. This is Tag Fabrication. There is this. It is from ARTYmaze's. What kit is that? That is the Builder Cluster Tag Kit. And that. We've got some of these that I'm going to use. Some of them. And I might... I've just lost something on the floor. Obviously, I've got to print out a few other bits as well. So I'm going to do all that, and then once all that's ready, I will come back and show you where I'm just going to slot it in this little folder, okay, journal folder, flip envelope thing. I don't know what to call it, but at the beginning of the video I'll talk more. I know this is the end of it nearly, but I'll do a little intro with this at the beginning anyway. So yeah, I'm going to go off and do all this, and then I'll be back. So that's me completed the journal. I did add some bling onto all the butterflies, just doing a quick flip here to show you again. Don't need to do a separate video. So it's really quick and easy. I now know that this video I've edited it down to 43 minutes. This actually took me in real time 5 hours on an awful day. I kind of timed myself, so it is, I mean, it is 5 hours is a long time, but it's still, I still think that's a quick and easy project. So yeah, it was fun to do. I've now got this will be a little reminder for me because it will go in one of my playlists. If you're looking for ideas for pockets and tags and things, check out my playlist below. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, just ask, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.